Now that the Christ codes have been birthed, I want to put out this message about our 2026 impending ascension. In 2008, I moved to Mount Shasta and I started working with the Soul Group, doing mediation work, preparing for Mother Earth's ascension. On July 28th of 2016, I was shown, along with the group I was working with, that we needed more time for our ascension. We actually were supposed to ascend in 2012, and there wasn't enough people ready to make that ascension. And so we were given a deferment. And then in 2016, another deferment was given. What I saw was that a wave of energy was moving towards the Earth from the cosmos, and that it was going to create great cataclysms on the Earth. What we were shown is that this energetic shield was put up by the Christ and the archangels, and they were delaying this wave. The wave was they couldn't stop the wave because the wave is part of a greater ascension cycle. So we're all ascending. All that is ascending back to the one source, which is Sophia. So we have individual ascension, we have planetary ascension, we have solar, galactic, and universal ascension cycles. And so we're part of a greater rhythm of energy. So there's only so much leeway that they can give us for our ascension. What I saw was that this shield was being put up to delay the wave. So the wave is coming. And at that point, I didn't know how much time we had. But then on Mother's Day, the following year, May 17th, 2017, I received another dream vision, which actually gave me the date. I am not going to tell you what the exact date is because that is too much pressure to put on you or to put on anyone. We're basically radio stations, and so with the advent of satellite and television and radio, we're all being bombarded with thought forms on a continuous basis. And the thought forms that are being put out on the stations are all ones that are trying to control us and keep us locked into the third dimension, chaos, fear, separation, my way is better than your way, it's my way or the highway kind of consciousness. And so when we're constantly being bombarded with information that is not supporting our ascension cycle, our awakening process, we need something to cut those cords and clear the field for us. So that's what the mantra does. The second level of the Christ codes is working with your chakras, because if you want to bring in a new level of consciousness and coalesce all those life forms that I was talking about. So we have to clear the field. We have to, as Jesus said, you can't put new wine into old skins because it'll sour the wine. And the same here, if you don't clear out all the karmic debris and the emotional trauma clots and all the things that are stuck in your four bodies, then the Christ energy can't successfully integrate and anchor into your body, because ascension is all about descending, coming into full embodiment of the Christ energy that you are as the one body of Christ. And it's a rare opportunity for us to ascend with the planet. Usually our ascension is just an individual experience, but in this particular cycle that we're moving into in 2026, we have the opportunity to ascend with the planet. And so basically her journey is very similar to ours. She also is building a fifth dimensional light body. And I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but as we embody the Christ and activate our divine genetic blueprint, we start downloading, you might say, diamond light energy, which then flows down into our cells of our body and transforms our cells into diamond light. We are, in our third dimensional reality, we are basically carbon. We are transforming our very dense body, carbon-based body, into a crystalline light body, which is much lighter, and it vibrates at a higher vibrational rate. And so that is happening for us, and it's also happening for Mother Gaia. Basically, as Mother starts vibrating at a higher vibration, she is going to divide as a cell, you might say. The old body is gonna split off from the new crystalline light body. And all the people who have not raised their vibration to ascend are going to go with the old earth. And that old earth is the cataclysmic pictures that I was seeing. That's the wave of energy that's coming. And for those that are still locked into third dimensional reality, into vibrating a very dense frequency, a third dimensional frequency, that's their future. And then those of us who are vibrating at the higher vibration, who can match our frequency with Mother, her fifth dimensional light body, we will ascend with her into the sun. And so ascension is always going back to the sun, which is your source of light for your particular embodiment. So within each of our hearts is a sacred atom, which is a living sun. And within the earth, there is a living sun. And of course, the sun is our direct connection to Sophia. So all the Christ energy moves from Sophia's source womb out into the universe, galaxies, solar system, into Earth, and then into our individual bodies through our sun, through the sun within us. So there's different ways to ascend. When you ascend, you have the choice to come back to Earth. And the Earth is going to have to go through an 80 to 100-year cleansing cycle after the cataclysms happened for her to re-purify herself, for new life forms to be able to embody her. But the picture I've gotten is that there's 10 to 15% of the population is going to make it through that cycle. And so what the Christ codes are here to do is to give us more of a fighting chance, you might say, so that more of us can ascend with Mother Gaia. And so I'm hoping that if the word gets out, the Christ codes can be put into use by hundreds and thousands of people, that we as an activated part of humanity can then help to activate other beings. So this is how it works. Once you become activated, you start activating other people just by being in their presence. So the fact that you're on this call here today and listening to me, you are being activated, whether you know it or not, by the frequency that I carry. I'm carrying the Christ energy in me through the Christ codes. And my voice, my energetic field itself is resonating that frequency. And so people that I come into contact with are being activated. And if you're actively involved in that activation, then of course that activation is going to happen faster. If you would like to explore the codes, get more information about the codes, you can go to christcodes.com, which is my website for information about me, about the mission. And if you want to actually get the codes, I'm giving a free gift of the mantra, you can go to my online learning center, which is christcodes.org. If you're interested in reading my story of awakening, you can find my book, Journey Through the Soul, at my sister website, cosmicdreamweaving.com. Okay, have a blessed Sunday, Mother's Day. It's not a Mother's Day, but to me, Sunday is a Mother's Day. Doesn't it feel like a Mother's Day to you? Anyway, bless you all. Have a great day.